Hello, YouTube peers. Welcome to a new episode of What Did You Miss? Today we're going over 7 highlights. There's not as many this week because I was spending time running errands and just kind of deciding that I don't want to run a schedule on this channel anymore, which might result in additional YouTube content moving forward. In any case, whatever it means hopefully I'll be more relaxed and maybe the quality of the streams will be better. I don't know. But having the schedule isn't really working. I'm not getting any channel growth or whatever it is I'm looking for from the experience, I guess, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so we've got I'm just gonna go through this backwards, I suppose. So we had me playing Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I've played it before, but it was a super long time ago. So, and I never beat the game, I'm pretty sure. So, now, I don't know, like, I feel like there might be, like, 3 different versions of this game, which I need to find out about. If we could try to Google search it now. Maybe Wikipedia has the answers. Sonic 3 was developed simultaneously with Sonic and Knuckles. They're planned as a single game. Until time restraints and cartridge costs forced developers to split it. Sonic cartridges can be tapped, creating a combined game. Sonic 3 and Knuckles. According to some members of the development team, oh, no wonder the music sucks. on the Iceland and the land after that. Okay. Yeah, it says Michael Jackson composed portions of the soundtrack. That explains it. As with its predecessors, it was critical commercials. 2D side-scrolling platformer. Anyway, whatever. I guess you've read enough. So, I guess the point is, I definitely didn't play this combined version. I wonder how that works. Does it say anything about that? Or does it work? I don't know what's going to say that. How different is Sonic and Knuckles compared to Sonic 3? Oh my goodness, whatever. The story continuing in Sonic and Knuckles after the last level of Sonic 3. So in other words, I might have already beaten Sonic 3, which is what I was suspecting. The Death Egg fall intact instead of being destroyed. Ah, that's when I thought the egg was getting destroyed, probably. Yeah. Okay, that explains a lot, I guess. Anyway, alright. See if we can find that part, I guess. So, you know, it's weird, like, I honestly feel like we could have used the flame shield more often in this game. It didn't show up all that much, if I remember right. So, we have this highlight, it's like about 2 hours. So I guess it took me about 2 hours to beat Sonic 3 and fail on Sonic 3 Knuckles, so I guess that wasn't so bad for grown-up me. A lot of these levels were pretty long. I managed not to time out on that one level that like I got stuck on a long time ago. I would imagine I probably did not spend much time playing this game originally. When I was younger, you know, we had obligations as a child, like eat food, go to school, those kinds of things. Maybe like not actually buy games so that you could play them, blah blah blah. Like, I don't know if we actually even owned Sonic 3 now that I think about it. It's possible we just rented it, borrowed a copy from a friend, I don't know. We could have like played it at somebody else's house. I'm pretty sure we owned Sonic 1 and 2 though, for what it's worth. I guess our family was pretty cheap when it came to games, which was unfortunate. Which is why, like, as I got older, I don't know. To be fair though, like, as a young person, I didn't really spend a huge amount of time playing games in general. I definitely played them, so I have no idea how much time I actually spent playing them. Because, like, I spent a lot of time reading. Probably I spent more time reading than I did watching TV. But I definitely spent a decent amount of time watching TV as well, for sure. But I would assume like I'm probably spent more time watching TV than I did playing games, particularly when I was a boy. Like it wouldn't surprise me at all. Like 'cause when you watch TV, it's like everybody can watch it together, and when it comes to games, like people aren't as community driven, I guess, when it comes to playing games. People don't necessarily want to watch other people play it all that much. I remember like watching like my older relatives play games, and it wasn't particularly exciting for me, but I would still do it. I'm just not sure how much time I spent doing it compared to how much time they spent playing it. Maybe, I don't know, I think I probably spent more time watching them, though, obviously, than they spent watching me, which reminds me of the whole Twitch phenomenon. It's like not really surprising me that I watch other streamers more than those streamers watch me, but whatever. Anyway, but to be fair, like, it seems like I have a relatively loyal, past broadcast following, you know what I mean, so that's cool. Anyway, this was the level that I had gotten stuck on years ago, so I have no idea how much time I spent on this level, but this was the level that I was timing out on. So this was about a little over 40 minutes into the experience. And before 15 minutes in, I think it looks like we're clearing it. No, not quite. Okay, yeah. Okay, we beat it a little after 15 minutes in. We move into the next zone. Act 2. So yeah, it was like that was actually, it took me a decent amount of time just now. It's crazy. Of course, I was spending some time doing some mini games too, though. For what it's worth. Then we had this. Actually, I'm not sure how far I am into the game, to be honest. Like, it's a little bit confusing. I honestly thought that the original Sonic was less confusing as far as where we are in the story compared to 2 and 3. 2's was still a good game, though, even though, like, the progression was a little confusing sometimes. Sonic 1 definitely had the best understanding of how far you are into the game compared to the others. as a player. But I still think 2 is a much better game. Like, it did what Sonic 1 did, but it just made improvements. It didn't, like, make any downgrades. I feel like Sonic 3, as much as I don't mind big levels or courses, I feel like it's not. I felt at the time, I honestly thought it wasn't very appropriate for a Sonic game. Like, I thought Sonic 3 did a bad job of doing what made Sonic games fun, basically. So it took me a while to get through this zone course. Super annoying, confusing, blah, blah. Then there's just battle, which I definitely didn't beat the first time. And, like, I was close to running out of time, too. Not sure if I think I probably timed out. Yes, I timed out against this boss at least once. Oh, this happened, I remember. Look at this. He went off screen and used his ability. I can't remember if we managed to get him back on screen or not. I think we eventually did get him to come over here, but I'm not sure. He did finally come back, yeah. Oh, then he runs away again. This was so annoying, like, oh my goodness. There were lots of little problems I've noticed with this game. Like, lots of really bad design decisions, to be honest. And so it's like, I don't know. But this is still Sonic 3, supposedly, not Sonic and Knuckles, so. I'm not sure if this is like the end of Sonic 3 or not, but it's possible. In any case, the Iceland is right after this, so I'm not sure if Iceland's the end of Sonic 3 or not, or if I'm still not there yet, or what, but, yes, these levels, honestly, I don't really like the appearance of these ice level all that much. Like, some of it's okay, and other parts not so much. I'm not a fan of, like, these doodads right here. They look really kind of weird, but whatever. Anyway. Some of those mini games were so incredibly unfair. Like, I can't imagine anybody ever actually beating them all. Anyway, let's move on from this highlight. Probably spending more time than some of you guys prefer. Alright, you know what? Actually, I said I was gonna move backwards, but let's not. Okay, let's go check out Sonic again. Because there's so few highlights. So I spent some time, you know, today, September 1st, that is, Wednesday. It'll be like yesterday by the time I upload this. But I remember seeing those. I don't remember when I saw them. It might have been while somebody else was playing this game. It probably was. Yeah. I was at someone's house, and they were gaming over on this area. Yes, I totally remember this now. Somebody was gaming over on this area, and I was like, wow, that game looks hard. And then I tried to play it, but then I couldn't get past that one spot that I was telling you that I hadn't gotten past. Anyway, yeah, pretty crazy game. It's really difficult. But yeah, I totally remember now And I remember we had like the part we got stuck on, like the sort of like anti-soft lock or whatever they didn't understand. Oh my goodness, like I can't even like right now. I remember being like, "Hey, I remember seeing something like this from Sonic 1. I bet I know what you're supposed to do." And boy, did I not have the answer. Oh man, that was a long time. Wow. It's actually coming back to me now. Anyway, that this boss fight wasn't the worst. Uh, it was actually pretty easy. Anyway, yeah, I paused it briefly. Blah blah blah. So this area is just hideous, and the music is even worse than the last area's music. So I got really aggravated and gave up on it. Like there was actually even worse design decisions in this level, I felt like, than previous. So that was weird stuff happening there. Definitely lots of confusion available and possibly soft locks in some areas. I'm not really sure. In some areas, it just makes you think you're soft locked and you find a way out. But anyway, it was super duper weird and stressful. Blah blah blah, and not really very much fun at all. Yeah, so far that has like been the absolute worst zone or land or whatever you call it in the Sonic game that I've ever played. Anyways, so moving forward, we had I played some Final Fantasy IV. Um, Actually, before we played that, I played a little bit of World of Final Fantasy. There isn't really much to show off here, I suppose. It's just checking out. I was doing some reading, trying to figure out what to do. We visited this area, or multiple areas. They're telling us that we need to ride the airship. I forgot how to ride the airship. So apparently if you go into this portal, they kind of sort of tell you what to do. And so I read about that. And so I'm going around opening up Merc Rifts. Not really sure if this is helpful at all, but we're getting different mirages from the Merc Rifts than ones that we haven't encountered before. So that's cool. Now, there's no achievements system that I remember. Or, no, there is. Yeah, actually, yeah, it's on Steam. Steam has achievements for all the games, and this is on Steam. So it makes sense. There's probably like an achievement for like capturing all the mirages. Wait, was this thing there before, or did it look that way before? I feel like maybe it looks different. I'm not sure. I have to check that out again. Anyway, a lot of these Merc Rifts so far, or maybe there's only 2 or 3 of them that I encountered, but they kind of started to have some of the same monsters, which was kind of odd to me. I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I got kind of bored and decided might as well play something else. So we moved on to Final Fantasy IV. Like post game like content in RPGs. Sometimes it's kind of what's the best way to describe it? Sometimes it can be kind of confusing, uh, like not knowing where what to do. Like it's like the instructions for like what we should do next tend to be kind of vague in a lot of these games, and that can be disappointing if that's the case. It's going to take a while to figure out what you're supposed to do. I don't know. It's sometimes it just feels better to just move on to the next game. I can understand how some people feel that way with some of the poorly uh, designed end-game content things. I actually enjoyed the end-game content in Pokemon White just fine, and the Final Fantasy games 7, 8, and 9, they were all super good too. 10's was alright. Some parts of it were less than ideal, but for the most part, it was a pretty good game. 10 Part 2, it was super good actually. I just some things though, like the whole getting 100% thing was kind of weird. Like, it surprised me how silly it was in certain ways, but it's not really important. Anyway, so yeah, 13 Part 2, and Lightning Returns. They're all pretty fun games, although I will have to say there were certain things I didn't like about the first one that I thought was kinda not really to my taste about getting 100%, as well as just the game in general. And as for the second game, like, it was a pretty good game, and I liked most of the game content. I do think Gilgamesh is absolutely overpowered, but I'm probably gonna come back to that relatively soon. Fight him again. But anyway, well, I want to fight some of the other like Colosseum enemies that I wasn't fighting. Like, there's different forms of like another boss that I only beat one form of them so far. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about that stuff. Alright, so we looked at 2 Sonic the Hedgehog thingies. We didn't look at Final Fantasy IV yet. Let's do that. So anyway, I got 100% on Lightning Returns, and that was fun the entire time. And that's part of the Final Fantasy 13 series. So I actually played some of this mini story before. I'm not sure how much, but that was a while ago. And so we went through and played some of it recently because I didn't have the data anymore, I think, so I figured I was near the beginning anyway, so I might as well just start over. Anyway, stuff happened. This is the main character, sort of. Like, he's like the child of the main character from the original game, as well as his wife. So, and then we don't know who this person is yet. It hasn't been revealed. He's being mysterious. He's not telling people who he is. Anyway, but he's helping him out after a disaster happened. And then we have this girl, Lydia, who was one of my favorite characters from the original game. She was really cool because she could summon stuff. There's a network error. Not sure how that happened. Well, she's just trying to investigate. And so yeah, there was like a horrible event that happened for her. Actually, one happened for the other guy too. So there's a lot of trouble happening in the so-called after years. So we're gonna find out more as we continue to play through the various mini stories. But this was me finishing one mini story and starting the next. So I actually played through the entirety of Theodore's mini story here. Of course, I had played with it before. So anyway, whoops, what am I doing? So that's that highlight. There isn't a whole lot of action there. It was kind of slow. I would imagine that some of the later mini stories might be faster paced, but I don't really know for sure. Anyway, so 2, 3, 4. We got through 4 of the highlights. Okay, there's only 3 left, so let's go check out. Let's check out Crash Bandicoot. So this was the beginning of today's stream. So basically, like, this game is really hard and it's kind of confusing, and some of the parts of it I actually am not really a big fan of. So I'll explain. Let's go ahead and fast forward to something that doesn't have time, apparently. Well, I don't actually can't show you, can I? Wait, what? Wait, where's the part where I actually? Oh, here we go. Okay, so you could do like a sort of like slide into a jump thing. I don't know if I do that much here, but yeah. So this was the checkpoint right there. That one right there. That checkpoint is a checkpoint that I've never reached, no matter how hard I tried it until today. So I was trying to play it off stream and actually got past, I mean, I got to that checkpoint off stream. So that's why I decided to start the stream. But as it turns out, I'm not sure if you're going to see this. No, I would have to demonstrate it to you. I actually forgot to record it on the Switch. That would have been useful. I could show you guys on Twitter or something. But basically, there's, okay. Here, let me just show you with my cursor. So suppose suppose this gray part here at the end of the search bar. Suppose this is lava. Okay. Suppose this 35% right here and to the left, down to here. So this part of the purple bar, this is all safe ground. So that means from this arrow to this point right here, this is all like lava. So now this white bar here in the middle, above this, is like a sort of a wall. Okay. So we got lava, a wall, and then underneath the wall, more lava, and then more lava over here. So there's platforms that go from the right to the left, and they're not very wide. Maybe like a little bit. They're about as, there's like a little bit wider than the platform, like, and they move at a pretty decent speed. So the idea was you land on the platform, and then you slide across, and you quickly jump off before the platform moves too far to the left. But the problem with that is it's kind of impossible to do that. So what you actually have to do is you jump on the platform, and you slide off of it, sliding into this gray area, so where you would die by the lava. But before you actually hit the lava, you push the jump button. Yes, out of a slide, even though you're way past where the platform would be. The platform's like over here now. The platform's over here now, and you slid like from here to like all the way over here or something. And the platform's way over here. You're like a platform away or more, and then you jump, and then you can be kind of safe, sort of. So what was happening was I was trying to jump before the platform moved too far to the left, and I would keep bonking my head on the ceiling or the wall, the barrier thing that's there. So, and then I would fall into the lava and die or whatever. So I just had completely the wrong idea. I was just supposed to do something that was completely made no sense in order to pass. And because it wasn't making sense to me, I couldn't get past it. So, yeah, that was something. I'm not really happy about that, but I did get through finally. So I can finally continue trying to beat Crash 4. Anyway, so there are 2 more highlights to go through here. There was some other gameplay stuff, of course, that I've done throughout the week, but I decided not to highlight some of it, because it really isn't really highlight worthy. There wasn't a whole lot going on here. This was just me playing Pokemon for about 100 minutes or so, maybe a little bit under that, perhaps. Anyway, I was playing my newest version of a Chandelure deck. I won a couple of games. They were pretty close, and then I lost quite a lot. I don't know how many I won, but it wasn't very many. And I definitely felt like I was losing more than I was winning, so I probably was. I definitely beat this guy, though. And that was pretty deep into the stream, so there's no way that was the second game. So I definitely didn't lose like literally all of my games after the first couple of games, but definitely was having a miserable time. Anyways, I decided, since I wasn't winning often, I was thinking maybe the game is kind of like trying to prod me towards doing the daily challenge. So I'm like, okay, fine, let's pick up my lightning deck and just play some daily challenges. Opened up a pack and got a Grass VMAX. It's the Trevenant from the new set, so that's cool. I opened up all the packs from the Team Plasma set, and I didn't get the Scramble Switch or any other Ace Spec card that I didn't already have, for that matter. So, no pulls, basically, but that's okay. At least we tried. We did get a Moltres, Team Plasma, of course, which, I don't know, doesn't really look good, but maybe some people would, but it's not like I can trade it to anybody. Anyway, not much else to show off there. So, okay, final highlight. This was from Levelhead. So, I would have highlighted something in Mario Maker, but there wasn't anything worth highlighting. And I was trying to do a no coins run, but it wasn't going very well. I just decided to move on. So I started building a new level. I was thinking about working on another one, but I just didn't really feel like it. I wanted to just start working on something new. So this is from Daily Build, and we really don't have very many parts. We have like access to fire. That's about it. We get the shade power up. We get keys and key gates and 3 recyclers. Like, actually, this list, I feel like it's smaller than it usually is, but whatever. I figured, I don't know. I've been feeling so miserable today. I was like, I don't think I have it in me to actually finish up the work on a level that I already had some great ideas for. Like, I just am not going to be able to deliver fairly on, production. Like, so I just started a new one, and honestly, I think I made the right decision. Like, I feel like I got some good ideas out here for this level, and pretty happy with how it's turning out so far and the ideas that I've come up with. So again, like, it might not be one of my better levels, but definitely appreciating starting it, taking up the idea. So then took quite a while trying to name the level, as you can imagine. Mechanical Search for Shade is what we decided to name it, which seems like a pretty good name. So I'm glad I took the extra time to make it. And I spent time playing this level, which is pretty hard. It doesn't look so hard, but it kind of is. Apparently, you could get like 100% on it by, I'm not sure exactly what, presumably using the sproing. I have to go rewind somebody else's stream and see what they did on it or something. If they managed to get all of the gems. I got 11 out of 13 gems. So I was close to 100%, but not quite there. So I would imagine that the answer might be something like, put a sproing on one of these things and throw the package on it. Make the package like bounce through the ceiling or something where their enclosure would be. I don't know. Maybe like trigger a package eye switch or something by bouncing off of the sproing. I don't know, just an idea. But I feel like there's gotta be some sort of like invisible eye switch somewhere, or invisible package eye switch, and I just didn't figure out where it was. But yeah, the thing of it was, like, just unlocking the package was super hard, honestly, because it's like so easy to like mess up and die, and I was scared because it's like we can't save our progress in this particular level. It's impossible. I asked Luai, and he said that this buddy is not meant to be touched. He's just there to like cheer you on. He's like a cheerleader or something. So anyway, but it was still fun to play. I stuck with it, and I found it in the marketplace. And I was like, I might as well play that since there's nothing that anybody's sending me. The queue was open the whole time, and nobody sent me anything. So, and yeah, I played for like 3 hours. I give people plenty of time to show up and send me something to play, and nobody sent anything the entire time. So, I tried a tower trial as well, but I ended up getting stuck on a level that I feel like I'd played already in a tower trial before, so I'm not sure when that happened. It might have been from like a viewer submission, and then like the guy took off and didn't actually help me figure out how to beat the level or something. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't really have any supervision, so I didn't know how to beat it. It was so was it? The Hidden Swoopadoop Grotto by Radioinactive. That was the level I couldn't beat. Could try to fast forward to it and look at it. This level was surprisingly easy. It was easier than the level before it, which was the hard one. Actually, let's not care about whatever level the other one was. I don't really want to check it out. You guys can check it out on the highlight if you want. By the way, guys, for those of you that might not be aware, I actually opened up past broadcasts again to viewers as well as the highlights. Like the so-called archives are available again without having to be a subscriber. Oh, this is a relatively short level. Maybe I was thinking of a different one. Oh no, I guess these. Oh, it was this one. It was another desert level. Okay, this was the weird one. This one was frustrating. This one was making me freak out because I definitely struggled on this one. I wouldn't say it's actually no. This is actually a really bad level, I think, kinda. But I mean, as far as if it were like a viewer level, it wouldn't be as bad because you don't mind getting stalled out by poor level choices. But I mean, if people build this to like get some laughs, then you know, more power to them. I don't think it's all that appropriate for a tower trial personally. But I mean, it's not the end of the world if something like this ends up in the tower trial. And it's still a pretty doable level. I guess the main thing that you want to avoid having in tower trial is like impossible levels, pretty much. So like stuff that like nobody's gonna beat, I guess, is not supposed to end up in there, right? So I'm not really sure how that works, but it's probably fine, I think. But yeah, I mean, like, it wasn't really that bad. Like, my main issue was on it is I just was like, my main concern with this level in Tower Trial is just because I suck, I'm probably not going to want to speedrun the level. Because I probably don't really, or just like the idea of like first time scoring, you know, a trophy on the tower trial is unrealistic for me at the bare minimum. You know what I mean? Like, which is probably just me being a big baby at the end of the day. But anyway, but I like levels like this. As much as I might complain about them, I don't mind playing some weird stuff sometimes. I think the one thing that I didn't like about this level in particular is when you get to the end and you're told all of a sudden, oh, by the way, you know those enemies back there that were in that enclosure? You're supposed to kill them. And it's like, you couldn't tell me that earlier? Like, what? Of course, okay, no, there we could see that there, and all we see is the Vakrat. But, so we could backtrack now, but the assumption would be that there would be more enemies here. So maybe I didn't pay enough attention. So I guess it's not really the maker's fault. It's kind of a shared responsibility. Because I don't know how many total enemies there are available. So, but looking back on that, I can see how that's definitely my fault. It's also definitely the maker's fault a little bit too, but it's like 20% maker's fault and 80% mine. So anyway, um, but I didn't mind too much starting over and playing the level. Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, there was definitely a lot of frustration in my voice, and I definitely was feeling it. And honestly, like, I just probably wasn't in a great space that day in general. But it's really easy for me to get kind of like a grumpy uh in sessions like this where I'm like, I don't know, feeling underappreciated, blah blah blah. Anyway, I might spend some time playing some Symphoria tomorrow. I usually play it on Fridays, but maybe I'll play it after I play some Pokemon or something. Uh, it seems like it might not be such a bad idea. It's just, I mean, the Faria community is kind of fun to interact with. Like, there are some players whose streams are somewhat enjoyable, or at least one. I think what JT Dragon I noticed had a pretty interesting stream. He seemed like a pretty cool guy. Didn't have any like annoying music running or whatever while he's streaming. And had some pretty good decks and skills and stuff that I thought maybe explored from him, so that's cool. I mean, I certainly don't run annoying music myself, but maybe my personality is annoying or something. I don't know. But anyway, what was I trying to say? Yeah, like, I kind of skipped out on playing Faria completely this past week, you might notice, and there wasn't really a good reason for that. I just haven't been streaming as much as before, and plus, like, I just really wanted to just get away from the whole schedule worry, if that makes sense. Like, I want to open myself up to the possibility of just, I don't know exactly what, but just, I don't know why I'm still talking. I feel like I'm gonna cut this video short. um, there weren't really that many highlights, and I don't know how long this recording is, but it's probably under an hour. But we could definitely try to make it shorter, I suppose, if we really wanted to practice this stuff. Anyway, I don't know, I'm kind of just enjoying watching you play this level, because it's a pretty good level. Yeah, like, so, like, there were a bunch of bombs you could, yeah, oh, this was the easy level, I remember now. This one, like, I came up, like, it gives you a variety of power-ups you can choose from to help you do the next challenge. I didn't really get much use out of that particular power-up, as you can see, because I didn't really know what was going on. But yeah, this was kind of a fun little room. But yeah, the level doesn't have to be hard for it to be hard for a new player like me, you know what I mean? So I really appreciate Hyper Waffles making this level, because it's pretty good. I just wish more stuff in the Tower Trials were like this. So a lot of stuff in the Tower Trials is like, oh my goodness, what is even happening? I'm losing my mind here. And so, like, I personally, like, I should probably make more levels that aren't stressful and are just straight up fun like this. So, like, taking the time to watch this might be helpful. Anyway, moving forward, I would like to make some YouTube videos based on what my friend IRL was kind of suggesting, sort of. Like, he was saying he likes to watch how-to videos. Um, so, I might start working on some videos, and it might take me a while to make them. And so, I might start playing more Pokemon moving forward. And by Pokemon, I don't mean the card game, but the Pokemon Unite. Because I've barely touched the game. And I don't really have a good reason to not play it more. Other than it's just kind of something new, and I'm kind of getting old, and I kind of like to play the same old stuff that I'm familiar with or whatever. It's kind of like, I've been playing like 3 other team strategy games. What was it? Dota 2, Heroes of the Storm, and League of Legends. Like, I have a history of them. It's like playing another game of the same genre. It's kind of crazy, right? Like, so it's like, I gotta, like, figure out what I want to spend my time and effort on. So, and currently my Twitch channel is Ray Team Strategy. But, it would be rather bold of me to assume that I could actually get anywhere in League or Unite. Like, I just noticed, like, how Pokemon Unite has exploded the way it has in popularity. It's just like, it's because of the Switch effect, kind of. Like, it's not going under the radar anytime soon. Which is all the more reason why I should be spending time on it. But there's all these other games I've been trying to get caught up on. It's like, it's unfortunate, but I feel like I don't have time to play it. How did I stop playing that other level so fast? Because it's a parkour level with, like, hard to understand stuff, and you have to, like, jump off of the super dupe or something. I feel like this is a level where I managed to get to the buddy at some point. It probably is. I don't know, though. Was it from last week? I'm not sure. I might have played it off stream or something. I don't know what happened. It's been a while. Anyway, this highlight's done, so this video should be done. Thanks everyone for watching to the end. So looking at my stream, recently streamed categories. So I'm gonna try to maybe, I'm not sure, like, I'm thinking I kind of want to avoid streaming this game in particular, except, maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't want to stream it for long periods of time, let's put it that way. I like this game a lot, and I like building, but I feel like everybody just thinks of me as a maker and not a streamer. And, like, it's not 2019 anymore. Like, it's no longer great times to play viewer levels. Like, unless I'm doing some sort of special event, like trying to do a speed run, or playing some super popular streamers' levels, or playing somebody's Super World, I don't want to play. I don't want to stream Mario Maker. It's not that I don't want to be there for whoever wants regular Mario Maker content. It's just I have so many other games to play, and without chat interactivity, which I don't currently have, Super Mario Maker 2 just, as a streaming game, just doesn't feel like it really delivers on what we need. Like, I feel like it needs to be more personable, and it isn't when nobody's chatting. I'm kind of running into the same problem with Levelhead, honestly. So, and I love Levelhead Mario Maker too, but maybe it's better not to fight some ridiculous uphill battle and just forget about streaming them. Just stream cards, stream team strategy, maybe stream a little retro because why not? It's funny. Maybe I'll start speedrunning Sonic 3 because it's a stupid game. Like, we probably don't want to speedrun stupid games. No, I wouldn't speedrun it if only for the fact that music's garbage. But speedrun Crash 4, Sonic 2, who knows, maybe. It probably won't happen, at least not for the... I should try to speedrun Sonic 2 at least once or twice. Anyway, and I'm still gonna stream RPGs. Like, I don't care if I don't get viewers. Like, what else am I gonna do? Like, how else am I gonna generate content for YouTube? Like, eventually, I plan on making little, like, YouTube videos based on some of these RPGs and my thoughts on them and stuff. But anyway, I don't know. I might stop streaming them. Who knows? But it's unlikely to happen because I've already started doing it. Just need to get it into a spot in my head where I feel like it's okay for me to just play it off stream. And so far, I just haven't arrived there yet. So who knows if that'll happen or not. I mean, part of the issue is I personally don't mind watching RPG streams. Like, if it's somebody that I like watching, I want to see their reactions to the games that I've played and enjoyed. So I think why not that happen with other people. But what tends to end up happening is they just kind of want to watch, like, the girl streamers play. But I guess if it comes to speedruns, then maybe they would watch a dude play. So I don't know. So it'd be like an eternal search for games that I wouldn't mind speedrunning, right? For playing RPGs. Like, is that worth doing? Probably not. But I should at least finish streaming the games that I've already been playing. I was actually thinking about trying to do like a Final Fantasy 13 marathon or something. And play all 3 Final Fantasy 13 games. Because I think I wouldn't mind doing something like that. I'm not sure if there's a point to doing it if nobody wants to watch. Try to like set up some lousy speedrun attempts. I feel like the problem with that is it would take a long time to do. Like, if we take a look at speedrun.com, take a look at the speedrun times. I think the main issue is going to be the first game, right? The first game, it's almost 5 hours for a world record. That was 6 months ago. So relatively recently, that's the best they can do. Like, come on, man. And that is on PC. I don't know if it's any faster on PS3 or whatever. It's not. If you put it on easy mode, you save 11 minutes. So, imagine that. Anyway, wonder why you save 11 minutes on easy and not more, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely pretty curious about that. Anyway, yeah, so I'm not sure how long it would take me to speedrun it personally myself. Obviously, I would have to practice it. Look at this game. This game's under 3 hours, which isn't too bad. So you add the two together, and it's around 8 or 9 hours or something. Maybe like 10 hours if you're slow, or 12 if you're really slow, like I probably am. Then you'd have to play Lightning Returns. Maybe I should work backwards. feel like that's probably the better thing to do. So Lightning Returns, look at that, world record under 2 hours. Like, I don't know if I could get that. Like, honestly, I think I would be good if I could get 34th, to be honest. So maybe I should play a little bit of this off stream for practice and see what I can do. Because honestly, like, if you're not fighting, like, the super bosses, like, how hard is it really? So, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch some of these, like, on double speed or something and see what the people were doing. Yeah. Because I really do like playing RPGs. And people do want to see some competitive stuff, and so I could see myself speedrunning some stuff. How fast was the PS3? Apparently the PS3 was slower. Wow. There's also a drop mod version, which saves you a little bit of time, apparently. Drop mod sounds kind of interesting. I'm curious about that. Anyway, so yeah, Final Fantasy IV, the After Years is in progress. I want to finish streaming that. I want to finish streaming World of Final Fantasy. And then after that, I guess there's nothing really to stream when it comes to RPGs. There will be next year, there will be, what's it called? I can't remember. Triangle Strategy is coming out. I'm getting that. That is basically, I think, gonna be an RPG. So it's like a strategy RPG, kinda. Like, I'm playing that and I'm streaming it. You better believe it. I might even speedrun that game. Who knows? Like, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. But I'm definitely playing that game. But until then, like, after I play World of Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy IV, I can't think of any game that I really am going to feel like I should stream at that point. It's when it comes to RPGs. Like, I guess I could stream Final Fantasy VI, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna bother playing it. I might. Who knows? That might be the only other game between now and then that would be an RPG. So for the most part, we might just say goodbye to RPGs on this channel relatively soon, moving forward. Like, after Final Fantasy IV is over, we won't have anything else to play for a while. So maybe try finishing up, wrapping up the rest of the Final Fantasy games, I guess. But it's not like doing that's gonna be all that exciting. Like, yeah. Like, if I had a choice between playing Lightning Returns over again and playing, well, the rest of Final Fantasy IV the After Years, I would probably choose to play Lightning Returns. And that probably the same goes for everything else before Final Fantasy VII. So, like, I wouldn't mind playing Final Fantasy VII, 8, and 9 on stream, I guess, but I don't think anyone would show up to watch, so it wouldn't really be a point in doing it, I guess. At least with Lightning Returns, I honestly feel like I would have fun speedrunning it, even if I suck. Then I can just have a laugh at how bad I suck at speedrunning it. So that would be interesting. Yeah. So, anyway. But yeah. Overall, though, I don't think there would be all that much hype about doing those things. I think it would. I think I would. Like, honestly, like, I'm a slow person, right? So, like, between now and then, I can't imagine myself streaming me speedrunning Lightning Returns any more than, like, maybe, like, a couple of times in the next, like, 4 months or so. You know what I mean? But who knows? I don't know. Maybe I should just become a YouTuber and just get off of Twitch. That might be the direction that I'm going in. Anyway, that's enough talking. This was supposed to be a summary of the stuff that you guys missed, and we spent like, I don't know, 12 plus minutes just talking about stuff that has nothing to do with what I was just streaming. I mean, just like planning for the future and trying to decide what's for next week. Hope you guys don't mind. Anyway, well, you guys knew the highlights were done. You knew that there were 7 of them. And if you sat around this long, it's your own fault.